Happy Thursday, everyone. How are you doing today on July the 15th? We are midway through the middle of the year. That's crazy to me. It's like I look back over these 7 months and I'm like, where has the time gone? But I know what I was doing. I was working hard. I was loving hard. I was living life. So I was there for every bit of it. So I don't really wonder where it went. I know exactly where it went, what I was doing, and I'm thankful for every minute of it. Guys, the week is almost over. I'm like, wow. It's been a wonderful week. It's been a quick week. It's going really quickly. I did something last night that I haven't done in a long time, and it's making me so joyful this morning. Noticed. I saw that one of my favorite shows, Queen Sugar, on the OWN network, is coming back for another season. I fell in love with this show, and I kept telling Lincoln that I hadn't watched the whole season. When I was watching the season, and I went through this period where I couldn't watch TV, and I know why, and I working through that, but I was this period where I just could not sit still and watch TV. All of the shows that I used to enjoy, I just didn't enjoy. They didn't capture my attention. They didn't couldn't hold my attention, and I needed to be moving and doing something else. And so, hadn't been watching TV, but the TV, records it. And I was telling Lincoln, I kept telling him, I gotta finish the season of Queen Sugar. And I got into the episode where Darla and, if you're familiar, if you're not familiar, you might want to check it out. It's a really great show. Where Darla and Ralph Angel got married. And this is a couple that had been embattled and they'd gone through such turmoil and hard times. And so it was a win. It was wonderful for them to, get it together and have a happy family. And but they were also playing these episodes of the impact that COVID was having on the community, on this fictitious community in Louisiana that's supposed to, border New Orleans, which of course endears me to the show because I love anything about my hometown. And so I couldn't watch it. It triggered me emotionally. I was feeling some kind of way about what people were going through as a result of COVID. And so for me, I'm really aware of things like that. And if I know that emotionally I'm not ready to deal with something when I can avoid it, I do. So TV shows, different, like sometimes people share stuff with me, and I'm like, nah, I'm not ready to watch that right now. I can't watch that. That's too heavy, or that's gonna make me feel some kind of way or whatever. It's just gonna mess me up, and I don't have emotional energy to spend on that right now. So anyway, yesterday I decided I'm gonna catch up. I'm gonna do the whole rest of the season. So I jumped in. Didn't realize there were as many episodes as there were left. I was up till 2 o'clock in the morning. Lincoln came down and he was like, "Mom, you still up?" And then I looked at the clock and I'm like, "It's 2 o'clock." I couldn't believe it. It didn't even, when you're doing something and like when you're enjoying it, you don't even realize the time is passing. I had no idea it was 2 o'clock in the morning. Now, mind you, I was curled up on the sofa and I could have fell asleep at any time, but I was riveted to the story. I was fully invested and engaged. And I love being fully invested and engaged. Anyway, I'm telling you all of this to say, number one, I'm super happy that I got to watch Queen Sugar to the end of the season. Again, if you haven't watched that show and you're looking for some great storytelling with some rich characters, I mean, they took me through it. They took me through it. Um, Man, they took me through it. These storylines. There were four couples going through some relationship things, very, very different. One who had been married for many years and gotten divorced. Seemed like they're going to reconnect. Maybe, I don't know. The young couple that I said had such hardships, overcame it. Another couple, he had lost his mom. I was like, whoa. Life mirroring. I mean, TV mirroring real life. He was going through it, and they were struggling. Oh my God, separation. Oh, the kid moved to DC. I'm just telling you, it was so many things, so many things, so many things. But anywho, the thing that I pulled from it, because I knew that today's reflection and message was going to be about having a positive outlook and trusting, allowing your trust to heal your fears, and knowing that in the whole idea of trust is confidence, faith, belief in yourself, in the positive things in life coming true for you. I always go back to Mandela quote that says, "You can't." I think it's a Mandela quote. Might be James Baldwin, but I think it's Mandela. You can't seek to do something secretly believing it can't happen. You gotta believe it. Like, you've gotta believe. You can't even, it's not one of those fake it till you make it, because it's all about energy. And so if somewhere in you, you have energy that says that something that you want to happen can't happen, it's not happening. You're not going to draw the creative energy to yourself to make it happen. You're not going to draw the emotional resilience that you need to withstand the things that knock you down. You're not, because secretly somewhere in you, you're sowing a seed that it can't happen. And so in today's email, I talked to you about the idea of or and look that up on the internet, or and. Some of us have an or mindset. Most of us have an or mindset. I can have this or I can have that. We operate from this place of deficiency, of scarcity, of not enough. So I gotta do this or I could do that. And when we are forced to choose, I don't know, it puts us in a bad headspace. It makes us resentful when we feel like, particularly, and I've had this conversation with a lot of people lately about friendship, when we feel like we're giving more than we're receiving, when we feel like we're giving more than other people are giving, we become resentful. When we sacrifice something we want for someone else, and then when the tables are turned, they don't do it back. Again, it brings me, so many things wrapped up in this. It brings me to the Mott, in African, no, can't say African society, because Africa is a huge continent with lots of cultures. I hate to do that, and I apologize for that. But I'm going to call it African because I can't think of the specific culture that it comes from. But the Mott is this system of laws where, if we adhere to these things, life is harmonious and it's wonderful, and it's more fruitful. And one of those concepts is reciprocity. This idea of balance. We give and we get. So if we sacrifice, then someone else sacrifices for us, or we choose someone else's greater good, and then they choose ours, or we take turns, kind of thing, and there's a sense of balance. Okay, so the or to me is it creates an imbalance. In the and, I can do this and this, just got to figure it out. And we are lazy. We don't want to figure it out. How do we figure out having it all? How do we figure out getting the things that we want? Because getting the things that we want are going to make us happy. It's going to give us joy, right? And I don't mean material things. I just mean, a state of being, a state of, if I want to live a life where, I get up every day and I do this particular job and I'm able to do these things, whatever it is you want. And I said to you in the past too, that you got to know what you want. Take some time to know what you want. Like, write that stuff down, etch it in your heart, etch it in your spirit, etch it in your mind, and make sure that everything you're doing is in alignment with that. But anyway, let me get back to the story. Let me tie it all up in a bow for you, because I can go on and on and on, because I'm super excited about it. One of the characters, Hollywood, had lost his mom, and he was in a really bad place. He was drinking a lot. Him and the wife weren't getting along, and he and each of a lot of the other characters had this what do you call it, flashback montage of the good times, of the good things that they wanted. And in the end, one of the things that he said was, you gotta be positive. You gotta know that everything's gonna work out. You gotta know that you gotta focus on the good things. And when you focus on the good things, more good things come. That's just really how it works. I promise you, if you doubt it, just try it. There's nothing I can give you that's going to convince you of it, other than to say to you, try it. Another thing's been rolling around in my head. I read a quote that said, we're not afraid to fail. We're afraid to fail in front of others. So it all comes back to the relationship and what we think other people think of us. And we allow what other people think of us to influence what we think about ourselves. But you've got to develop, I said this to people so much and they look confused when I said, the best and strongest relationship is with yourself. So believe in yourself. Look at your track record. Look at the success that you've experienced. Look at the good things that you've done. Look at the good times that you've had. That's proof to you that you can have it, that you deserve it, and that you can have it. And all you got to do is figure out how to make it so. And if you're struggling with that, then find somebody to help you out. Surround yourself with people that are going in the same direction that you're going in. Surround yourself with people who are trying to have the kind of life you're trying to have. Man, I got to tell you that in this past season, and I'm getting kind of choked up about this, I have really discovered that I am surrounded by some wonderful people, and they all bring something different to my life. And I've been so thankful for them speaking life to me when I didn't think I had it in myself. So surround yourself with good people and engage in it and indulge yourself in positive things. If you find that all you do is think about negative things, you got to get out of that space, man. You got to put yourself somewhere else if you want something different. Said that to you too. If you want to see some change, you're going to have to change. You have to do some different stuff. Now, if you want to keep going through what you're going through, then keep going through what you're going through. Guess I'm kind of ranting and raving and preaching today. If I were back in the classroom when I was a middle school teacher, the teacher would say, okay, my kids would say, you finished preaching, Miss El-Amin? Like, yeah, I'm finished preaching. Now let me go on and teach. I would always start the day with some life lesson, with some reflection. That's what I wanted for them. And so I modeled it for them. And then they did it and they enjoyed it and they grew tremendously. And so I don't mind being vulnerable and sharing. You know, that's what this is all about, sharing the journey in an effort to inspire and motivate others. The whole point of Choose Joy is to help you dwell in positivity, to have a positive outlook that no matter what's going on, it's going to be okay. If you want it to be, you can make it so. You have the power. You have the power to choose. So look up Or and Ann. I'll probably put it in tomorrow's email. Today I have a really great reflection exercise. I'm going into 11 minutes, guys. This is going to be the longest video I've ever made for Choose Joy. But look at the email. I got Summertime from DJ Jazzy Jeff and Fresh Prince is the song of the day. Great reflection exercise, gratitude exercise. Wonderful reflection on the truth, on trust. Get into it, guys. Share this video with your friends. Share the email with others. Spread messages of positivity. It's so easy for us to spread negativity. We do it all the time. I don't know why we're so doggone entertained by that nonsense. You know, if you want to see a better world, be a part of a better world. Don't just tell people to make a better world. Get out there and do something. What are you doing to make the world better? For yourself, for your family, for your community. Be about something, do something, okay? That's it. I don't know why. I mean, that just twisted and turned all kinds of ways, but I hope that somewhere in the midst of all of that, you found something helpful for yourself. Because I did. I enjoyed telling the story. I enjoyed sharing, as I always do. I'm doing what it is I love doing. So it puts a smile on my face. So guys, go ahead. Be kind to yourself. Be kind to yourself. Be kind to yourself. Look at yourself in the mirror and tell yourself, I love you. You're the best thing that ever happened to me. And believe it with all your heart. Now go ahead and have a terrific